You're listening to WCB Newsline Unleashed.
This is Reginald George reporting and welcoming you to the beach at Lincoln City, Oregon. We recorded this on a beautiful sunny day. Temperature was in the mid-50s. Quite a surprise for the first day of December. In this episode, Frank shares his experience learning the process of sculpting an object from molten glass. Due to COVID restrictions, Frank would have had to use a small pipe carrying compressed air to blow the glass. That would not have been quite the same feeling as doing it himself, so he chose to create a paperweight from a sheet of glass instead. People present included Lisa George, the artist and instructor Daniel Hogan, and his wife Molly Whipple, who assisted with choosing the project and describing some of the objects in the gallery, and myself. We hadn't even known that we were going to be going to a glass center, let alone making a podcast. For that reason, the first 5 minutes are a bit rough, but we did want to share discovering what Frank wanted to create. If you ever wish to try this yourself, we can recommend Lincoln City Glass Center without reservation as a great place to learn a new skill while having literally a blast. And now, on with the show.
Okay, we are glass blowing. We're at the Lincoln City Glass Center in Lincoln City, Oregon. This must be the 1st of December, 2021.
Is that the paperweight you're looking at now? You showed me the flow.
This is the paperweight.
Yeah.
You want to feel the heart?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the heart. You can do a lot of different patterns with the heart as well.
Wow.
So it's just like the paperweight with the color on the inside, and then you have the clear glass on the outside, and you sculpt the outside of it a little bit more than you will with the paperweight. The paperweight's round.
Oh,
That's
and this
the
one.
stamp. So the stamp is what we use to flatten it out, so there's no sharp edges. But like with the ridges at the top, you go in and you make that indentation there, and then you help pull out the tail.
If I can make it this perfect,
Good.
you felt it
I
right?
think any way you felt or you made it would be perfect.
And so
There
it's
you
got
go.
this Oregon Coast
It'll say yeah.
Taft 2021 with a star. This stamp has a small, tiny little heart underneath the year on the stamp.
Wow. That's pretty cool. How much is the heart?
The heart is 85, and then the paperweights are 75.
These other paperweights, it looks like a jellyfish inside of the clear glass. Different colors, and then they have like tendrils. So you can't feel it.
No.
Yeah.
It's all
It's
smooth.
all done with tools, though?
Yeah,
And
They do a little bit with
and that's the paper, other examples of the paper.
yeah, that's another paperweight. It's a
So
different
it's a
shape.
little bit oblong instead of
yeah.
completely circular.
So at the top,
more
where
like
it's
an egg.
lighter, yeah,
Cut off
that's
egg.
where the head is, and then it tapers down to where the legs are.
Wow.
So the legs are inside the paper.
They're like little twirls of tendrils down
Wow.
toward the bottom of the piece.
So how long does it take to make one of these pieces?
It's a 30-minute class process, so it's just 30 minutes start to finish, maybe about 20 minutes just depending, and we get you in and out, and it just takes overnight to cool, so it's ready as soon as we open our doors at 10 a.m.
I like this.
The jellyfish?
Yeah.
Sure. So are we interested in signing up for a class today? Because
Yep.
I got time right now.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, let me put this page back, and then we will walk you through the sign-up process. You wanted to do the jellyfish
Yeah.
paperweight. That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her son's legally blind, and she's going to accommodate us so that we can all get in there.
So I'm making a solid paperweight. This is going to have a clear glass blob, but inside it has a colored sea animal with will hopefully have a body that is red and yellow with tendrils that come down that are black, blue, and green.
All right, excellent. If you want to come on around, we'll get started.
Okay, take your arm.
Yeah. Here, let me switch arms here. If you want to follow with me.
Yep.
Have a narrow spot here, and then we'll come around, make a turn to the right. And then, so there's this, right to your right, there's a little shelf. If you want to hold your hand out, we got a little motion sensor sanitizer right underneath where your hand was. Right there is perfect. So we'll just use a little bit of that sanitizer first.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hand you a set of leather gloves here.
All right.
There you are. So that is your left hand glove.
Okay, well, I'll be taking my glasses off.
No, you'll be able to keep your glasses on.
Okay.
So yeah, right-handed glove there.
Yeah.
Left-hand glove there.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got to have glasses on while we're out here anyway.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
But if I was going to take them off, I'd take them off before I put the gloves on. That's all. Okay.
Oh no, yeah, you're all set. So now what we're going to do is kind of make our way. If you hang out here just one second. We're going to go ahead. I got my arm in front of you there. We're going to go over here. We got a mat coming up on the floor next. So this is the main place where we're going to kind of be doing a lot of our work. So just to your right and slightly behind you, there's going to be a rail here. Right there. So this is our workbench that we're going to be working at. There's two rails, one at your right hand and about 2 or 3 feet to the left. There's another rail.
Okay, so I won't be moving from here, and you can probably put this away somewhere.
Yeah, we'll be hanging out here pretty much for the whole time.
Okay.
So yeah, those are our rails.
Yeah.
So when we're working, there's going to be a blowpipe, or sorry, a solid metal rod that we're going to have cross these rails. That will be rolling back and forth with the molten glass on it. So the glass will be just off the right side of your right hand there.
And it'll be kind of a blob hanging on the end?
Yeah, so the molten glass is what we're going to be shaping and working with to create our actual jellyfish.
So will this rod be clear then?
The clear glass on the end of the metal is what we're going to be shaping as our glass.
Oh, the rod is actually metal.
Yeah. So
And then the blob, okay.
Really quick, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
So this is our rod here. I just set it in between those rails.
Okay, and I can feel it.
Yep. So right now the rod is cold throughout.
Yeah, okay.
It's about 4 feet long, so that's going to be where the hot glass is. So we're going to be avoiding that section.
Okay.
All the way down on the far left side, if you follow the rod, there's our grip.
Okay,
So
so
this
I'll be
is-
working this end of it, huh?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
So between this area is where we're going to do a lot of the work shaping the glass. And then behind you, so we're going to kind of make a pivot here. I'll move the rod, my elbow's right here. We're going to go to this workstation here, so you're going to feel some warmth.
This is where you get us hot, okay?
Exactly. So just like a blacksmith has a forge to heat the metal to work with it.
Yeah.
This
How
is our
hot is
broil.
it in there? My God.
2,100 degrees at
Okay.
least.
Uh-huh.
So in front of this, we have our little roller system here. So if you hold on to that, there's just 2 ball bearings that the pipe is now resting on.
Uh-huh.
And when we're working, these slide back and forward to allow us to move that pipe into the heat,
Yeah.
which would be about here.
Uh-huh.
So whenever we're over here, I'll have you turning this rod.
Oh, yeah. How much speed? Like this speed?
About that's good, and I'll let you know if you need to turn faster or slower.
Okay. Uh-huh.
But what we'll be doing here is trying to keep it balanced, like if you were roasting a marshmallow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get us our color set out. If you just keep that rotating right here for a bit, what we're doing at the moment is we're just heating up the very end of this rod.
All right.
So from now on, we're always going to be avoiding that far end.
Yeah.
We need this metal hot for the glass to want to be able to stick to it.
All right. Yeah.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to set a little bit of color on this steel table to the left of the workbench that we were just at.
All right. And I feel the heat on my forehead. It is quite
Feel
warm.
that nice warmth, right?
Yeah.
The pipe has now got a bit of a glow on the end, so I'll grab it from you here.
Uh-huh.
What I'm going to do is take that hot steel, and we have our furnace that we're actually melting the glass inside of.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to
That's
reach
a
in-
separate heat from this one?
Exactly. So if you want to reach your hand out, I got my arm there.
Okay.
We're going to take just a few steps forward, and kind of stand right about there is perfect. We're in front of the furnace now, so this is a much larger workstation.
So how hot is this one?
About 2,100 degrees as well, but I have a door that's closed at the moment.
Uh-huh.
These ones run 24/7.
Oh, yeah.
Now when I open the door, we'll feel that heat.
Oh, yeah.
But I won't have to open it very far, because what I'm going to do is in the bottom of the furnace, we have a bowl that's holding all the molten glass.
Okay. So it's, how much molten glass is in there right now?
The bowl itself is about, let me see your hands really quick, about that big across
That's called a cauldron.
and about that deep.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So when it's full, it holds about 300 pounds of molten clear glass.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So I'm going to go and open that door. We'll feel the kind of heat coming out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And what I'm doing is I'm going down into that bowl and I'm just dipping the pipe just the last like inch or so of that hot end in the glass. And by turning, I'm able to spool the glass and wrap it around it just like honey. So it's a molten fluid.
And you get just the right amount that way?
So what I've done is I've got about a ball the size of like a golf ball. So maybe like an inch and a half across at most.
Yeah, okay.
This is molten clear glass. So right now it's glowing bright yellow.
Ooh.
What I'm going to do is use the water. I have a little trough of water here. I'm cooling that pipe. You might hear the kind of steam. So now that we have our little ball on the end, we're going to walk this over to a little table where I got that color set out. So if you kind of want to grab my arm there again, we're going to pivot around this way. And on this steel table, I have these little shards of just regular crushed up colored glass.
Sure.
I've gone straight up and down, and I'm just going to take the end of our ball of clear glass and dip it, sticking and melting those colors onto the end. So when I do this, it kind of flattens out to like a mushroom top.
Okay.
What we need to do is now melt that color in. So I'm going to bring the hot end of the pipe is now on your left side, right where my hand is here. I'll have you kind of hold on to the metal there, and then with your back hand, we're going to go all the way back on that grip. If you kind of flip your hand over on top, now we'll rotate that pipe at about this speed. And then we're going to pivot to your left, and we're going to go back to where we're going to heat it up.
So I'm actually holding it myself now.
Exactly.
Supporting it, okay.
Yeah, so now we're going to stop here. We can feel the heat of the hole, right?
Yeah, we sure can.
We've got our rollers here. So if you take kind of a step kind of left, kind of pivot around. Now we're going to slide our hands all the way back onto the grip.
Okay.
We're going to glide this forward until I say stop. So a little further, We'll stop right about there. So the glass is inside the heat now, and we're going to begin that rotation. Nice and steady. Perfect. So what we're doing is softening the glass. When we first come out of the furnace, it's like honey. By the time we made it over here, the glass had cooled down enough to where it was pretty much so rock solid. So now as we're heating it, you might be able to feel the glass kind of moving on the end. You'll feel like different weight. That's the material softening and gravity pulling on it.
Oh yeah, I should be able to, but I don't. I can imagine though.
Yeah, so at this moment it's still fairly solid. We're working that temperature back up to where it's approximately like honey again. So those shards of glass that we stuck to the end of this have now melted and flattened out. So there's like these little polka dots on this flat end of our clear glass. So I will grab a hold of the pipe here.
Alright.
And then if you want to make our way, I'll have you let go of the rod really quick.
Okay.
We're going to pivot back to the workbench. So I have the glass on those, just to the right of the rails here. We're going to use the tool. I'll put it in your right hand here. So this has got a wood handle, and then at the end we have a narrow spike.
Can I feel the end of it?
You can feel it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take this spike, and we're going to be poking those dots of color into the glass. So we'll press forward. Feel it?
Ooh, like honey, yeah.
And then out. And then forward. And then out. And then forward. And then out. So we're pushing the color into the clear. And then we'll go again. And then we'll go again. You can feel it starting to harden, right?
Yeah.
We'll go again. So as we're going, that feeling is the glass cooling.
I'm pushing in far enough?
Yeah, you're doing great. So now we're kind of working our way towards the center of this ball of glass, pushing that color. Now we can start pushing a bit harder because you can feel it really getting pretty solid.
Yeah.
And then we'll stop right about there. So I'll grab the spike from you.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to put your right hand forward, you can feel the rail here. Right there.
Rail. Okay. No.
So we've
rail,
got
yeah.
our shape here. So if you want to use the spike with your right hand, we've got the steel pipe here.
Yeah.
Then you can feel that's where our glass is.
Yeah.
It kind of comes up, and then you can feel where we were doing all that poking with that texture here.
Just right here on this whole block.
So yeah,
here.
that is the molten glass.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So that front end from about here, that's where the color was.
Yeah.
Now here's where the clear's just clear,
Uh-huh.
and then back here. If we look through that clear, the color has now created these lines pushing down to the center of the pipe in
Yeah.
that clear. What we want is for this kind of wide bulbous shape to turn into a cylinder. What we're going to do is shape our tentacles, and then we're going to create the top of the jellyfish, adding that to it, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
wrap that whole thing in clear.
So far we just added the color for the leg.
Exactly. And we've turned it into these little lines. So what we want is that cylinder and also to stretch the glass.
Okay.
To draw these short tentacles out nice and long.
Okay,
So,
so
we're gonna-
the next step is to stretch it? Or?
Exactly. So we
Okay.
need to heat this.
All right.
So,
Back to the...
yeah, I got the pipe right here.
Okay.
So that's as far forward on the pipe as we'll go. Coming to the right, there's our rollers right there. And then we'll kind of slide it forward, kind of straightening over a bit, and we're rotating again right here.
Right here?
Perfect. Nice place to warm up on a cold day, right?
Oh, yeah. It's wintertime. This would be great. But it's actually a beautiful day.
Yeah,
Isn't
no,
it?
it's nice out.
There's sun out
That's the
there.
good thing about out here on the coast is the temperature doesn't fluctuate too much. So we're going to get this back up to that honey texture.
Yeah.
And when we bring it out, one of the easiest ways to stretch it is I'll kind of angle the pipe down towards the floor. And I'll be
yeah.
watching the glass.
Just
kind
let
of
gravity
drawing
do
out,
it, yeah.
Letting gravity elongate it.
Uh-huh.
But as it stretches, it's not going to give us a cylinder the way that we're looking for. So the table that we were at where I said the glass color was set out, it's about 2.5 to 3 feet wide and about the same deep. That thick steel table, I'll be able to roll the color across, or our glass that we have here, rolling across it to shape it, kind of like if you're rolling Play-Doh between your hands,
Oh.
drawing and smoothing out that surface.
All right. Yeah, the example I thought was just really perfectly cylindrical, you know.
Yeah, so that nice kind of round, it's almost like the end of a Q-tip shape.
Yeah.
And it has that really nice smooth surface. So that's that clear glass that's going to be casing over this shape that we're creating. All right, so Frank, that looks about great. So I'll have you keep it turning.
Okay.
We're going to come and bring your front hand forward on the rod so you feel my hand.
Yeah.
A little further still, and we're going to angle down.
And now the gravity is pulling at it.
Gravity starts to stretch it
It's like
just
about
a
a
little.
45-degree angle, kind of.
Yeah, and our rotation
Slowly
is
turning
keeping
it.
it balanced.
Uh-huh. Turning it around.
And so our shape is elongated slightly. So then what I'm going to do is have you let go for a moment. And we're going to come to your right a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Here's the rail, and then to the left
Yep.
of the rail, there's that steel table. So I'm going to come over that table and roll the glass across it to help kind of squeeze it out longer. So
Right.
I'm directly in front of you.
Okay.
The pipe is rolling on the steel, and I'm lightly pulling backwards, kind of helping to pull our glass even longer. And I go until it's about maybe 3-4 inches long off the end of the metal now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So as I've done that, those short pokes of color we created
Yeah, they can,
have
yeah.
drawn out into like string-like strands of color
Yeah.
inside of the clear glass.
Yeah.
We want those tentacles, right now they're just straight lines. We want to create a spiral to them. This time I'm going to have you cut the glass.
All right.
So we have that cylinder, and to cut it, I have a pair of shears here. When you open these up, you can feel the end. It's not quite like regular scissors. There's this square edge. That's what we're going to use to cut the glass.
All right.
So we're going to have those nice and wide open, And right here, I want you to begin to squeeze. Open, and then squeeze. Open, and then squeeze.
Harder?
Just like you're doing is good. Open, and squeeze. So what we've done right now is we've made this little restriction.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to warm things to soften it a little bit. And when we come back, I'm going to have you do a slow, steady squeeze in that section. Slowly begin to squeeze down. And I'm rotating as you do. We're slide our hands forward a little, reaching them out, right about there. Now we have that marble that we've created on the end. I want you to squeeze hard to cut it off. Just like that. So, I'm going to have you put your right hand on the rail again. We missed the bucket, but that's not And it rolled over to our rubber mat. You can probably smell that burning rubber.
No harm done, no?
No harm done.
Okay.
So here's that spike again. You can use to kind of feel what we've done. So right here's our rod, sliding to the right, there's the glass. And then you can feel as you push to the right, it's uneven again, right? Before this was a nice even cylinder.
But
we want to get that cylinder shape back.
I thought the part I wanted was what I cut off. What did I cut off?
So we just cut off essentially what looks like a little glob of glass.
Oh, okay.
But cutting it is what twists the tentacles.
Oh, okay.
So now what we're going to do is want to shape this nice and even. So I'm going to give you another tool. So this is a metal paddle. So as you reach out, it kind of feels like a knife blade, but it's not sharp.
Yeah.
We're going to be using that when we come back to come from underneath and kind of lightly lifting as I turn. So this is going to straighten those sidewalls out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll warm this up because you can hear it's solid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Back into the cylinder.
Okay.
Once we've done that, then the tentacles are essentially created. But what we'll want to do is get some more clear glass to create the top of our jellyfish.
All right.
Now when we do that part, I'm going to just run and grab the glass and add the color and bring it back over here.
Okay.
Because this part will be kind of a time limit.
Okay.
Once we have the glass out of the heat, it cools and hardens very quickly.
Right.
If our glass temperature drops past about 800 degrees in the cold air, it can actually shatter and break. So I'm coming back over with our glass. There's the rails. So just a light, steady pressure up to straighten out
I don't feel
that little piece on the
that
end.
too much pressure.
No, that's great. So what we're getting is a much smoother sidewalls,
Yep.
evening it out. Just like that, it's perfect. So then we can lower that down.
All right.
So I'll grab that tool for you.
Yeah.
So on the left side, we have our right hand rail that we're hanging out at right now. On the left hand rail, I have a small clip that allows me to stand our pipe up vertically to the left here. So while that's solid enough right now, I'm going to run and grab that red glass.
All right.
And when I bring it over, I'm going to actually cut a chunk of it off on top of the cylinder we just shaped. This little ball up just for a moment.
Yep.
Instead of using those larger chunks of glass that we felt on the metal table, I've used a much finer crushed glass. It's almost like sand. It's so fine and crushed. So I use a moment in the heat to melt that texture and sand in. Now I've brought it over to our glass standing vertically, and just like Cassie, I'm able to squish it and stick it directly over our cylinder. Using the same tool that you used to cut the glass a moment ago, I've cut a nice patty of that molten glass right off on top of our cylinder. So I'll have you reach your left hand out. Here's the pipe again.
Okay.
There's your grip. We're going to go ahead and start warming this back up. On the rails, we'll start going forward, forward, right about there. We're rotating now. All right, so I'm going to grab the pipe from you here, and if you reach your right hand forward towards me, this is a big aluminum mold. If you kind of reach inside, you can feel these ridges.
Yeah,
So this
big,
shape,
big ridges.
it
Big
tapers
monster
down
ridges.
towards the middle.
Oh, yeah, okay, uh-huh.
So what I'm gonna do is I've set that mold on the floor. I'm gonna bring the glass out. We're gonna go vertical with it.
Uh-huh.
I'll line you up.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna go and lightly push down all the way to the floor. Feel the switch, we'll stop there. So what we've done is created the texture for the top. So if you reach your hand out, I'll have you on my elbow again.
Okay.
We're gonna bring this back over
Yep.
to our rails. About a foot in front of you is the right rail. Right over here, closer to me, back this way.
Okay.
There we are.
Uh-huh.
And then here's that spike.
Okay.
So we can feel here is the rod as we
Okay.
go to the right.
Uh-huh.
We have the glass, that's our cylinder.
Yeah.
There's that glass we just added.
Yeah.
So we've created this like mushroom top.
Uh-huh.
Now if we come this way, you can feel the grooves that we've created.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
So we now have this bulbous parts going outward.
Uh-huh.
So that creates the texture of our jellyfish. I'm gonna have you right here. There is on the end from the mold a flat spot that doesn't look quite as nice as the rest. So I'm gonna heat things up slightly.
All right.
And you're gonna use that spike to push that point in. I'll kind of line us up.
Uh-huh.
Right here's the glass, and give that a good poke. And stop. Excellent. So now with the top, instead of a flat spot, those lines kind of all come in to a little indent at the end.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So this has created essentially our jellyfish. We have the red cap of glass on the end. We have our cylinder with the little lines of colors for the tentacles swirling inside.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go return to the furnace, and I'm going to add a big, thick layer of clear glass around the entire shape.
What about the yellow?
Oh, the yellow for the cap, right. So hold on just one moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to heat our cap up a little bit, and I'm going to go back over and just add a little bit of that yellow. Jellyfish top, I just added a nice layer of those finely crushed bits of yellow. We don't want to leave them sharp edges, because those thin edges will actually heat up fast, and the color is possibly kind of leaked off into our clear glass in the furnace.
Oh, yeah.
So now at the top of our jellyfish, we've got these little, you can kind of grab here.
Uh-huh.
We have this little bit of texture now.
Yeah.
That's the yellow. So now we want this to cool and harden. So we're going to hang out here for a moment.
Okay.
And when we bring it back over, I'm going to have you with the block here. So this is a wet scoop on the end here.
Whoa.
This is made of wood.
Yeah.
So this wooden scoop soaked in water is going to be what allows us
Range.
to shape the glass.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So essentially this profile on the inside is what's going to turn, we're going to turn our glass in and create a Q-tip shape.
It feels smooth to me. There's a profile here?
Yeah, so well, it's just it's a smoothing tool for rounding the glass.
Yeah, okay. Uh-huh.
So hang out here. I'm going to get our clear. And then with our scoop, we'll come from underneath our glass.
Yeah.
And we're going to lightly lift upwards.
Okay.
You can hear that sizzling.
How's that?
Doing great. So the water starts off by making a layer of steam between the wood and the glass. But as the water evaporates from the heat of the glass, we can see it, smell it smoking. So we're going to lower it down. And just directly in front of you, lower it. There's that bucket of water. We've dunked it in.
Yeah.
And then we're going to come back up and repeat.
Uh-huh.
This gives us that beautiful Q-tip shape.
Uh-huh.
So you can kind of feel the weight of how much glass we have on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Now we'll lower that down again. Perfect. Let's give it one more quick shaping with that. Right there. And you can kind of feel it's a little harder this time. It's not as soft.
Uh-huh.
The glass cools as we use the tool. Then we'll lower that down again, and this time we'll leave it in the water there.
Okay. The big scoop was, I was holding with both hands.
Yeah. Next we're going to use a tool called the jacks. So the jacks are right here. So it seems like a big pair of scissors.
Which end is the business end? This
This
end?
is the business end, yeah. So that's going to be our handle there.
Like tweezers to me. Oh, it's 2 feet long, but they're tweezers.
Yeah, so as I'm heating the glass up, what we're going to do, those might seem like scissors. They do have somewhat of like a blade, but it's not sharp.
Yeah.
These are for shaping the glass. We're going to use those to go right about where the end of the metal rod is, where our jellyfish starts. And we're going to go and squeeze on the shape to pinch it down nice and narrow right where the end of the metal is.
All right.
What this is going to allow us to do is separate our solid glass jellyfish from the metal rod and the glass that's left around the seal. So I'm going to take them from you here for a moment.
All right.
I'm going to just get the line started, making sure it's in the right spot. If you grab a hold again, we'll start at the rod here. We're going to kind of follow along. There's the groove. Feel how that kind of has a groove? Let's start to squeeze.
How's it?
Just like that, it's about perfect. So you're dialing that line down smaller, but gradually. As we're going, now I want you to start pulling to your right a bit, pushing up against the bottom of our shape for the jellyfish paperweight. And we'll stop there, letting go. Perfect. So now we've created a gap between the end of the metal rod and our jellyfish.
But it's still on there, though.
It's still attached, but it's attached by something about the size of like a dime of just glass.
Oh, yeah.
So right now, even while I'm turning with this narrow connection, our jellyfish is kind of wobbling around because it's still quite soft.
Oh, yeah.
The shape, however, from when we used the block, the big scoop, it's maintained this kind of Q-tip profile. So at this point, if we were to take this off of our pipe, it's not going to maintain that shape. It's too soft. It would slump like taffy.
Right.
So we're waiting on this to cool down and harden.
Just letting the air cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we're only going to let it cool down around about 1,000 degrees. So currently the glass is so hot it's actually glowing.
What color is it glowing?
It's glowing like an orangish red for our colors.
Oh.
The color that we did, which should be the yellow, actually looks like orange spots at the moment from the heat. It will turn and change yellow as it cools overnight. The reddish color underneath that has like a dark brownish, almost blackish color from the heat. And the tentacles of color in the middle, they all have that reddish glow.
But won't it cool off enough in just a few hours that it loses that?
If we were to leave it in the cool air, it would cool off and shatter.
Too fast, okay. Yeah.
So that's where our kiln that we're going to finish this in is going to allow it to gradually cool.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the thick mass of material that we have for our paperweight cools at a much slower rate than that narrow connection that you created.
Oh, yeah.
That connection is now starting to drop its temperature to a range that it wants to break. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way over to a blue barrel.
Okay, hold on.
So what I've got is a little dish here that I'm going to kind of stand our jellyfish up vertically in. Here is a little mallet. This is just like a little wooden bat. So
all right.
The pipe is in front of you, standing up vertically.
Uh-huh.
If you reach that rod out, you can feel that's our glass. So we're going to come up a little higher. So right about there, you can come over to this side and be a little better.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to have you give me a light tap. So what we've done is by tapping that, we broke the connection.
That's all it took, huh?
So yeah, our pipe is now in the corner.
All right.
Where it breaks though, like normal glass, it's sharp. So what I have here is a MAP gas torch. That's where your handle is if you reach your hand up to the top.
Oh, yeah.
We have a torch tip there.
Yeah, uh-huh.
We're going to light these. So I'm going to fire yours up for you.
Yeah.
So holding on there, we're going to point this downward, right about here. So that point is hitting right where it broke off.
Yeah. Just move it off.
These torches are burning about 2,000 or 500 to 3,000 degrees. What these are doing are melting away any sharp edge where the glass broke.
Yeah.
And softening that material enough that we can press it flat.
Oh, yeah.
The glass where we're focusing the 2 torches, because I have one going as well,
Oh, yeah.
is beginning to glow bright orange, similar to the color it was when it first comes out of that furnace.
Uh-huh.
So you keep your torch pointed there. I'm going to put mine down. I'll have you let go of the torch. I have a stamp here, so
Oh, the stamp, yes.
if you grab a hold, that's the metal end.
Right there?
Put your hand on top of the wood handle. So just the right hand, we're going to come forward, lining it up with the soft spot and push down hard. We've pressed that bottom kind of flat and left behind our Oregon Coast 2021 mark.
Far out.
Just to the side of that, I am going to mark it with a small letter E. We go alphabetically with our groups for the day to identify who made what.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm going to give this a quick flip onto that flat base and a light press from the top, ensuring that it's flat.
Uh-huh.
I'm using big tongs to do this because it's well above 1,000 degrees.
Right.
Now we're going to come over to our... Molly's opened up a big kiln. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
probably feel some heat coming out.
Oh, yeah. So
Only
you're staying this
900.
overnight, huh?
Yeah, so it's only 900 degrees inside here. So at this temperature, it's below 1,000 degrees where our glass is solid, but it's also well above that 800 degrees where it would want to cool too much and crack.
Uh-huh.
When we set our jellyfish in there, in the shadows, and it's still glowing. There's about 5 or 6 other items that we've made so far in there already.
Oh, yeah.
They're not glowing.
Huh.
So they've equalized out and are all at 920 degrees, the temperature inside, which shows us just how much hotter that jellyfish in the core is than 900
So
degrees.
does the kiln turn itself down overnight?
Overnight
slowly?
it will.
Uh-huh.
So throughout the day it'll hold at this temperature.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, that's when our computer on the right-hand side of this kiln will begin to tick that temperature down overnight, just like a thermostat. We're going to come on over this way a bit. You can probably feel the heat of Jolene getting some glass out of the furnace behind
Well, I
you.
thought that was the breath.
That's how we got that jellyfish into the kiln.
All right.
So your experience is concluded.
Pretty fun,
Until
huh?
tomorrow.
That was cool. That really was.
Let me go
I
get
can
this
hardly
thing.
wait to actually get it in my hand. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it'll be that nice kind of Q-tip-like shape. Yeah, when we're working with the glass, it's kind of crazy because at no point throughout the process of actually making anything
No.
is it nearly cool enough to actually put our hands on.
Nope.
But we work it essentially just like if you were working with like a ball of clay or taffy, but we're using those tools rather than our actual hands to sculpt the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, any questions or anything? I'll grab the gloves for you.
No, that was great, though. And thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This podcast was made in association with Washington Council of the Blind's Newsline publication. You can contact us at the wcbnewsline@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.
Credit for this production goes to podcast producer Zach Hertz, editors Heather Mears and Reginald George, and we'd like to extend a thank you to Kevin McLeod at Incompetech.com for his use of the song Life of Riley. Thank you so much for listening, and tune in for our next episode or check out previous episodes.